Hello, Ranger Nation. This is Josh Mason. I'm standing alongside Todd Jones.
Yes,
we're standing this week.
Standing.
It's been a solid 2 days since I've seen you. We were able to travel over to Pecos, show them how to play a little bit of football 2 nights ago, and here we are for the community tailgate, getting rounded up for homecoming Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night was a great kickoff for the festivities this week. The Rangers came out strong, looked good against Pecos, took care of business, did what they needed to do, showed up. And now we're here on Sunday. We're partying it up. It's time to get ready for this game. And this game, at the start of the season, this was the homecoming game. And after a couple weeks, that score that came out, them taking down Seminole, I think those eyeballs maybe opened up a little bit more. And this game took on a little bit more, took on a little bit of life of its own there. And so, man, it's just you can feel it out here. It's a great time to be a Greenwood Ranger. And I'm ready to get this show kicked off, man.
Yeah, we've got the 2 remaining parking lots full of people. We've got smokers going, so if you're sitting at home, you might as well come on down and enjoy the festivities. I believe the final thing is fireworks tonight.
Yep.
If that's still scheduled. So, come on down. We got plenty of time.
Before we dig to that, Josh, you did say it's been a couple days since we saw each other.
Yep.
And I know people, when they watch this thing, they think we're just 2 big, large guys who don't do anything but, talk in front of a camera. But in reality, there's some athleticism that goes on behind this table. And talk about that pickleball tournament that you were in yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. My brother-in-law signed me up for a pickleball tournament. Signed us up for a pickleball tournament. We got beat by a retired couple. The gentleman plays golf. I don't think he plays pickleball at all. And, so we were the first ones out of the tournament.
Really?
Yeah, it was great fun. We had food and drinks packed for the entire day, and we were done in like 45 minutes.
I kind of figured, with a man of your stature standing right outside the kitchen, that's going to be, kind of a dominating thing there. But, maybe not.
My brother-in-law is terrible at pickleball.
Well, what we're going to hope is all that bad mojo was stuck on you guys, and none of that finds our Rangers this week.
That's it.
So we got a big lineup for you guys today. It's going to be a long show, but we've got a lot of people coming in. We're going to have some interesting interviews, some things we've talked about in the past that we're kind of going to roll forward this week, and we're going to kind of reverse the order. So kicking things off, we're going to have head coach Brian Hill. Then we're going to switch it up, and we're going to have Coach Hernandez and Coach Markel Martin on same time, talking about our coordinators. Then we're going to bring on 2 football players, Lincoln Madrid and Andrick Rodriguez. Then we're going to have 2 specials. We're going to bring in Coach Thompson and Coach Butts, 2 alumni, to talk about what it's like coming back home as coaches, for playing at their alma mater. And then we're going to have in Summer Hill and Carrie Burchett, and they're going to talk about being a coach's wife. So a little bit different there.
That should be interesting.
It could be interesting. We're going to try to make sure we keep it, above board, Josh. Then we're going to do volleyball. We're going to have Coach Long, Coach McDonald. We're 2 games in the district. The Rangers are 1-1. Big win this weekend over Seminole. They went 5. We'll talk about that a little bit. Then we're going to have a couple players come in. Maggie Mason, Angel Smith, 2 middle blockers on the varsity are going to be here. And then we're going to set up and do our game day pick'em, which is what everyone's looking forward to. And we're going to have in Trina Payton and Kelly Brooks.
Todd, we talked about this last year, so we couldn't let it go. It's been 12 months since we talked about it, and we finally got them on.
We finally got them on. It took some arm twisting. I don't know if there was any money that changed hands at some point in time, but they're going to come in and do the show with us. Guys, there's a huge party going on. It's homecoming week in Greenwood, which means it's Ranger rundown time.
We're live. We're ready to go.
Oh, we are live. We're not shutting anything down.
I love it.
Coach, good to have you here.
Good to be here.
Man, do we need to introduce him, or do you think everybody knows who he is?
Well, if you don't know, we've got AD head coach Brian Hill, just in case we're covering all the bases. Coach, I saw you on the field Friday night, and my son forgot money, for the concession stand. So I thought, okay, we walk across the field, and I intentionally didn't look at you.
Okay.
Because we've never talked before any of the games.
That's true. Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm just trying to casually walk by without being noticed. So that's why I didn't say anything. Didn't want to interrupt or start something new.
11, 12, 4, that's 20, about 27-ish games? Is that right, without talking to you?
Yeah. Right.
28
right.
now?
Can't start something new when we're on such a big streak. So.
Yeah, I got away from you at the Shallow game. I thought, oh, great, we're just throwing caution to the wind.
Goodness. Yes.
Coach, talk a little. We're going to jump in. I know you've got some other things you got to go do. That's why you're going first, and so we want to be mindful of your time. But share some thoughts about the game against Pecos, on Friday night.
It was first, Lincoln Madrid tied the touchdown passes in a game record, and basically, yeah. And we're so excited for Lincoln. It's well deserved. He's worked so hard, but I really think, and I think Lincoln would be the first one to tell you that is a team award. That doesn't happen with great protection up front. It doesn't happen without wonderful receivers that can catch the ball, especially in traffic, or convert routes at the end, when it kind of turns into a scramble drill. And, all the credit in the world goes to Coach Hernandez and the offensive staff. They put together a great plan that put him in that position. But, that's, I think if you ask Lincoln, that's probably 17 years in the making, the performance that he put on. He's never been late, always shows up, stays late, comes early, just a worker. So we was really pleased with that. And then we made some plays in special teams, forced 4 turnovers, blocked a punt, defense. Coach Martin and the defensive staff, again, lights out. And credit to Pecos, 47-yard field goals is nothing to shake a stick at. That was pretty good. That was well earned, but the defense played well, especially in the red zone. So was excited for our defensive guys.
Yeah, I was super excited. I think I might have been most excited when Wilhelm got that hand on that punt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So excited. That was.
Well, we've been close several times this year even, and so it was nice to finally get one. Was excited for Coach Galindo. He always has great schemes, on the special team side of the ball, and just did a wonderful job for us on Friday night.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Coach Todd and I were talking about last time we played in Pecos was back in 21, and we weren't able to cover that game. But with a little bit of a timeline between those two dates, trying to prepare for that game, what was the mindset of the team?
Well, we had a great guest speaker. We bring in a guest speaker every Thursday, and this Thursday it happened to be Coach Kendall Thomas. And, he just talked about when he was in high school at Shallow-Water, Greenwood was known for physicality. And kind of the name of the game was, anytime you take the field is to break the opponent's will. And we had guys stand up on Friday, players, and talk about just, imposing our will on the other team and just dominating every time we take the field. And so I think kind of between Coach Thomas and the players' message to each other, that was the mindset going in. And so I was really pleased when we were able to score first. Defensively, we were able to get some stops and force some turnovers. And so it was a good night for the Rangers, no doubt. But I definitely need to give Coach Kendall Thomas a shout-out for kind of setting the tone for us on Thursday afternoon.
Well, I've wondered what he was really good for, and so maybe that was it.
Well, he did a wonderful job for us, and I think the players took it to heart. It was a good message.
No, we're just kidding, KT. We know you got you covered over there. Coach, when you went back and looked a little bit on film yesterday, what were some of the good things, both good and bad, that stood out to you after you watched that film?
Yeah, I think there's always, as coaches, I think we have a tendency to look for the negative, always looking for things to correct, and that's part of it, and there were certainly a lot of it. We can't miss PATs. We've got to clean up, had some untimely penalties, things like that, and we'll continue to harp on that. But I think the good was just, we scored almost every time we had the ball in the first half. They got the ball into the red zone, and defensively we were able to find ways to get off the field or get the ball back for our offense. And just continue to get a little bit better every week, continue to attempt to win the next game. Those were 2 of our goals as we started the season. And, I think we saw some standout performances from, a Gavin Ivey, a Beckham Whiteside. Our entire offensive line played well. Defensively, Lane Wasson and Lane Wilhelm had 2 of the better games they've had this year. And so there were definitely a lot of bright spots and stuff to build some confidence with.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Coach, lots of good in Pecos Friday night. Tell us one of the plays that just absolutely puts a smile on your face.
Well, there was, Ali, there were several, but I think anytime Gavin Ivey catches a football, the big touchdown he had on the south end zone was just so excited for him. He missed I think he got hurt maybe the third day of practice towards ACL as a junior and missed the entire year. But there's no one I've ever coached that has worked harder at rehab, spent more time with the trainer, more time. Coach Brown and his staff did a wonderful job. His doctors just lived in the weight room for an entire year. So anytime that young man or anybody in that situation has success, it's something that, I think the entire coaching staff celebrated that. Lincoln Madrid had the record-breaking night, and typically that's the person that turns our number, for every win. But Lincoln was the first one to say this was Gavin's turn. Gavin had a breakout performance, and so we were really excited for that. He's earned it.
Well, we actually got to talk to his dad at Dairy Queen. So just, kind of a chance encounter deal, and got to talk to him. And we both shared, how happy we were that Gavin was having success and being able to see him out on the field, because we knew where his heart was. And you'd even mentioned, pregame, this is a loss for us. We had plans to use him. And so you're right. It was really good to see the success he's been having. And he's kind of growing into that.
Oh, yeah,
he's starting to kind of get a feel for everything. And you kind of wish he'd go back and be able to get a red shirt for him, right?
No doubt. If we were in college world, he'd be back for another senior year. Yeah, for sure. But he's been tremendous in the run game with his blocking. And then obviously got a set of hands on him, too. Did a wonderful job.
Right, yeah, for sure. So, Coach, as we look around and you see this, this is your third homecoming here. Fourth homecoming? Yeah. Fourth homecoming here.
Third. Yep.
Third. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's been 4 years. What are your thoughts on the turnout from the community today?
It's absolutely wonderful. Our Booster Club is fantastic. All the credit in the world to Jimmy Payton, Kelly Brooks, Don Rivas, Amy Ivy. Trina Payton has been instrumental in putting this together, and you can kind of see behind us we got football players in the dunk booth and the football toss back here behind the scoreboard. The parking lot is full. It's said often there's no place like Greenwood. Greenwood's special, and I think days like this just prove it. It's absolutely tremendous, and can't wait to see how the homecoming king is decided here in a little while, and pep rally with fireworks. So if you're at home, come out and support. It's a pretty special evening, and it's a blast.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Did you see Park right there?
I did.
So I did. I'll help you. He's okay. He's all right. He's got the rubber on the road still, so we're okay there.
For now, yeah. For now,
the kid's
it will end in tears. I'm sure.
So yesterday, I'm getting ready to announce the lineup, and I hear Mr. Todd, and I turn around and look, and there's Park, and he's like almost bailing over the rail to give me 5. And the first question my mouth was, "Where's your mom? Please tell me she's somewhere in the vicinity."
Oh man, he's there's no telling.
You gotta love Park.
You got to.
Always interesting. Coaches, we kind of move on to prepare for this week's game. We've got a big game here. The weeks past, we've talked about how do you focus the team to the task at hand, not overlook the opponent that we're trying to prepare for this week. Obviously, Lubbock Liberty. Todd kind of mentioned looking back to what they did a couple of weeks ago to Seminole. Focus probably shouldn't be an issue, right? But how do you temper that focus and make sure the team still stays loose and goes and executes?
Yeah, I think a lot of that is in the preparation. If you prepare the same way for every opponent, be it first game of the season, playoff game, district game, big homecoming game, if you prepare the same way, I think that provides a lot of routine for our players. So I think that's the first key. And two, I think focus is always a little bit of an issue, especially in a homecoming week where it's a little bit different. Schedule's a little bit different. We've got a wonderful tailgate and pep rally tonight, and then the pregame schedule is a little altered, and so I think focus is always going to be somewhat of something we preach. But I've been really proud of the way our players have taken care of business. As the season's progressed, I feel like we've gotten a lot better at focusing on the next play, not worrying about the score or the opponent, just executing at the highest level possible. And if you do that enough times, then the game will fall in your favor more often than not. And so I think that's what we'll preach this week, and just continue to prepare the same way that we have the previous 4.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of answered my next question a little bit with that one, so I'm going to jump ahead to the next one. Tell us what we want to know about Liberty. Tell us what to expect on Friday night.
Yeah, and incredibly talented. 4-0 for a reason. That doesn't just happen. I feel like they're well coached. Quarterback is incredibly talented. Great arm strength, can extend plays a little bit with his feet and put the ball on the money. Big and strong up front. Defensively, they're as sound as anybody we've played. Play with a lot of effort. A little bit different schematically than what we've seen from our previous 4 opponents, so that'll provide some challenges for definitely our coaching staff, but executing Friday night. And so should be a great matchup. We're excited to host them this year. And, I think, last year they were young, and so this year you see a lot of the same jersey numbers on film, but, they've got a lot of experience, that they didn't have last year. So credit to them and their staff, but I'm excited for Friday night. Can't get here soon enough.
It cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Coach, what do you feel sets Liberty apart from other opponents that we've had so far this year?
I think, at this point in the season, you've either built a lot of confidence or you're still lacking in that department. And with an undefeated record, they've got no reason to not be confident. And so, and the same note, like we're looking at the same thing. We've got guys that have played a lot of football that are excited to get it teed up on Friday night, and so we're excited about that as well. But I think it'll be a great matchup. They've got a great coaching staff and some tremendous players, so it should be a great one for the fans.
Coach, what are a couple things that you want to see from your team Friday night?
Well, I don't think those really change much, depending on, from week to week. I think it's going to be about the same. We got to take care of the football, and by and large, we've done that to this point in the season. Defensively, Coach Martin challenges our guys. Being +3 in the turnover margin isn't good enough anymore. We look to be at +4 every single week, and so that's what we'll preach on the defensive side of the ball, and got to be sound in special teams. A lot of times the big games come down to that third phase that's often forgotten. So we've got to make plays, pin them deep when we're kicking the ball, and get some big returns when we're on the other side of things. So I think those are the 3 things that we'll look for. And then continue to just get a little bit better. We've been sloppy at times with penalties. We got to clean that up, and then continue to do our best to play 4 full quarters of football, not 2 or 3. We got to finish the game.
Sure. Coach, what does it mean to win on Friday for homecoming to this team?
I think we have an incredibly competitive unit in the locker room. They're always looking to win, be it a play, a half, a game, a season. And so, one of the cool things about coaching this group is I'm not sure one game means any more or less than the others. At the end of the night, we want to be 1-0 every single Friday night. And so we're excited for that. But to do it in front of what I think we all believe is going to be a great crowd, homecoming in Greenwood is, as evidenced by today, is always pretty special. And so to find a way to get a win on a homecoming game is we've got something to work for this week for sure.
Yeah.
Like it. Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming. I guess you're up next in the dunking booth, so we're going to let you go and bring in the next 2.
Is that right?
Follow Coach Hill to the dunking booth.
Masonheimer and Jones, I think, we're in the 5:30 spot, so y'all are a few minutes late, actually.
We can't get the headsets wet, Coach.
Got to keep them dry.
Oh, goodness.
Coach, thanks for coming in. It's always great having you. Love talking football with you. So.
Well, thank you guys for doing this on a Sunday, and thank you so much to all our fans. This is a special day for sure.
All right, next up we have our coordinators, Coach Hernandez and Coach Martin. So they're going to be coming up right now.
All right, testing. You got me?
Yeah, get a little bit closer. There you go.
All right.
Everybody hear me?
Coach
yeah, we
Hernandez
got you.
Got
Coach.
it going.
Hey, before we get started, Coach, I didn't realize you were a reverse hat kind of guy.
Oh, open the press box?
Is that
we
game time?
noticed that.
Is that game time?
Yes,
That's
game
a game.
time gets out of my vision too. So
Flipping on the switch.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it is one of the things that we enjoy the most is when we get a box next to y'all's.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the fact that we can do a little bit, look across and kind of see the reactions, and also like the, kind of what was that, kind of deal on some of the penalties and different things like that. So it's always a lot of fun when we get the booth next to you guys. So.
And I'm glad you can't hear everything though.
Yeah, we can't hear anything. And even if we did, mum's the word. We don't say anything about that.
That and the cheeseburger sunflower seeds.
The macaroni
that was a
cheese.
new one.
Oh yeah.
We saw those and
Mac
had
and cheese, excuse me.
to sample those at halftime. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's not sure what we.
Coach Castillo brings us and surprises us with different kind every week. So
That was a surprise.
that wasn't my favorite
I don't know
though.
about that.
Well, Coach, you ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
We're going to start with you first. Coach Hill talked about, Lincoln setting a passing touchdown record, right? And, we kind of saw a new side of Lincoln Friday night. And I know you've probably seen that through practice and stuff like that, but that's kind of the first time we've seen him, pull a ball, and deliver something, on the run where we're like, oh, he's about to take off, right? Talk a little bit about how you've seen him mature over these past 17 games.
Yeah, well, the last 2 years, I think Lincoln has turned into a player that can really do whatever we need him to do to win a football game. Sometime, he's already rushed for over 100 yards a couple times this season, and then he threw for over 300 yards this past game. So he's kind of matured into somebody that can do whatever we need him to do, whether it be throw the ball 30 times a game or run the ball 20 times a game, whatever it is. And also he's really taking care of the football as well. He hasn't thrown an interception this season yet, hasn't fumbled the ball. So he's really kind of turned the corner in those two areas.
Yeah, he's definitely a weapon back there for you.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to scheme against him, do you, Coach?
No, sir. Running quarterbacks are always a problem.
Coach Hernandez, I remember preseason we were talking to you, kind of your game plan, smash mouth football. You just want to kind of will yourselves upon your opponent. It looks like coming out first series against Pecos, they kind of went all out to stop the run. So the question there is, how much of that game plan did you have to adjust last Friday?
All season we've kind of been like 60% run. Most football games, and I know I wanted to be closer to 50-50 this game. And really, I give a lot of props to Pecos. They stopped the run early, and I think I talked to our offensive line on Saturday about maybe we underestimated those guys a little bit up front, and I really think their D-line and their linebackers, they actually were pretty tough, and they did a lot of things well. But also, kind of the game plan, we game plan a lot of pass game every week. We practice that stuff every week, and we knew it would be good against them. I honestly didn't think we would use it as much as we did, but I'm glad we did. And it said really the way they covered a lot of areas, it opened up a lot of that stuff. And like you said, they were tight to the box, so we kind of spread it out and threw the ball around a little bit. And I think that was good for us for the rest of the season, kind of show other teams that we can do that.
Sure.
And I think that's going to pay dividends for other opponents.
No, I agree. Anytime they do load the box, it's like, okay, you're going to force us to throw. It's almost a dare, right? And in Lincoln and in the receiving core, he had a bunch of time, quite a few plays in the pocket to make a good decision. So it takes everybody, but having that in your back pocket is fantastic.
Yeah, they put 7 guys pretty close to the box every play, and it shows other teams if they want to do that, then we're going to have answers for that as well. So
sure,
it'll be ready to go.
Yeah, and it showed you had more than just one answer for it.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
And it's not like, okay, well, we got to focus on 4 or we got to focus on 19 or 18 or 15.
Yeah.
It's you're gonna have to get there and focus on
everybody can catch a ball.
Then you got 5 coming out on a wheel route.
Oh right.
Good luck with that.
I know.
Right? Yeah.
You got to defend everybody.
It was. Friday night, I loved watching it. It was great, and I just thought I was just blown away by Lincoln's maturity and stuff in the pocket. He just looked like he was 30 years old out there, like he's Tom Brady coming out there, just handling the pressure and finding the open guy and stuff like that. It was fun to watch. If you were to kind of give your offense a grade or a performance rating, through the season so far, what would you say and why would you say it?
I think our first offense has gone a lot better this. Really every week. We've been pretty consistent. That was one of my big goals going into the season. I wanted to be more consistent. And I can't say we've had a quarter or a half this season that we just haven't played very good. I think our ones have played really good this year. Grade-wise, that's a hard question. I'm going to go ahead and give us a B plus maybe.
I think that's a good answer.
B plus.
A B plus. It gives us plenty of room for improvement, but we've been pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's fair. I think I'd go right there because I think as good as they are and as well as they're playing, they got more in the well.
I agree.
They got more deep down. Right. That team, we're going to get to it when we get to our picks, but I agree with that. They got more. They got more to give. So.
Yep. Coach Hernandez, tell us about the matchup this week against Lubbock Liberty on our offensive line against their defensive front.
So I think last week, Pecos was pretty much the best D line we played all season, and I think the D-line they're going to play this, or we're going to play this week, is going to be even better than them. They have some returners coming back. They have some pretty big, some size up front, some pretty strong guys, and good linebackers as well. So I think the box is going to be a good test for our guys. We're going to have to come out and play. We're going to have to play better than we did last week as an offensive line to have a good chance to win this football game. And I think we will. I think Coach Cox will have those guys ready to go, and I think we'll match up pretty well with them.
I like Coach Cox.
Oh yeah, he does a good job.
So what do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for the offense heading into Friday night?
I think this defense we're going to play is probably the most sound defense that we've played. I think everybody else, it was easy to find different formations and stuff that we could take advantage of. And we're going to find those this week as well, but they're a lot harder to find because they're always going to have a body in those areas and different areas to take certain runs away and certain passes away. But so I think we're gonna have to go execute is the big thing because they're a very sound defense. They always have guys in the right spots, and they don't miss a line very much. They're a very sound defense.
All right.
Okay, Coach Martin, you ready?
Ready to go.
All right, I'm gonna give you a softball here. We're gonna talk about the defensive performance against Pecos.
Yes, sir.
Now it wasn't a shutout. It was really close to a shutout, right? They had the 47-yard field goal, finally put some points on the board, but we did have a fumble recovery, interception inside the 10. So maybe those two things give the defense some props there.
I would love to, but those guys understand how my brain works, so we still didn't do enough. We still didn't do enough.
Okay.
There's about 4 plays you want back?
Yeah, there's always room for improvement, and we talk about being +4 in a turnover, and 2 of those belong to special teams, so they owe me 2.
Now, I know last time.
Do you keep a ledger? Is there a ledger?
I didn't know that. See, I thought it was 3 turnovers. I thought we were looking for a 3+. Somehow it turned to 4+. And we can't count special teams. I didn't know that.
If you're not going forward, you're going backwards, right, Coach?
Exactly, and we got no room for complacency.
The detail.
Yes, sir.
I like it. Good.
All right. Well, my next question, I'm expecting a harsh answer here, but Coach, same question we kind of gave Coach Hernandez. What grade would you give your guys for their performance so far over the season?
I think that's a tough question because we're not a finished product yet. There's so much room for growth. There's so much room for improvement that I don't want to cap us out with a letter grade or a number because I know we got some more in the tank. We got more to improve. I think week in and week out, whether it's different schemes, slot T, spread, like it's hard to just have a standard grading system when our goals and what we have to do is constantly changing. So the safe answer would say B, but with my guys, they understand like we're only as good as our last play, and so we're going to constantly look to improve. So I'm going to give them a C. Tutorials is right here in the field house. Let's go.
I knew that was coming, and I think that's probably why the guys love you so much. And so I can definitely appreciate that. And I'm going to make a note not to ask you any more grade questions going forward.
That's right. We might have a spider under the clipboard, but I'll never forget that. Coach, how about some thoughts against Liberty offensive line with your front 7?
I think this game is going to be won at the line of scrimmage, and I trust and believe in my guys. I know how much work they put in. I know they're detailed. I know they're coached by one of the best. I know they do a good job of what we do up front, and our linebackers do a great job. Coach Barrera, Coach Witt, Coach Brandenburg, they do a great job of controlling that line of scrimmage, and it makes guys like myself, Coach Hill, the DBs, our job a lot easier when you're front 6, 6.5, sometimes 7, 8 can get after it. So it's going to be a game that's going to be won at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I think, that's true to most games that are worth winning, right?
Yes, sir.
Coach, what do you feel is going to be the biggest challenge for your defensive group Friday night?
I think playing 4 quarters. I think for the last few weeks we've had the privilege and the luxury of not having to play all the way through, and so this is going to be a huge test of not only how much withdrawal we have, the mental focus, the toughness, and those things. So it's going to be a 4-quarter game. We're going to have to be physical. I think the more physical team's going to win it. I think just our attention to detail, our effort, our attitude, everything that we preach on a daily basis is going to be tested this week, and we've got to show up, we've got to show out, we've got to be the better team.
Coach, last question for you. What's the message to the defense this week?
stop the run. I mean, if you want to be a great unit, that's the first thing you have to do is stop the run. We got to play with an edge. We got to play with attitude, and we got to outplay their defense. I know what our offense can do, and so we want to give those guys the ball as much as possible. I want to see the front page just Greenwood, 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 and our guys are making plays, and the stat sheet's filled up. Like, I believe in our team.
Well, Coach, we believe in you guys too, and I tell you, just love watching you guys get after it, watching your kids get after it in game time, and knowing that you guys you're pushing them and all that kind of stuff. It's just been a lot of fun this season, and we really do appreciate the hard work you guys put into it and how you get those guys to respond to you and stuff like that. It's been fun watching the games you guys call.
I appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to what you guys put out on Friday.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Next up, we have football players Lincoln Madrid and Andrick Rodriguez. So don't go anywhere.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, now we've got up next on the Ranger Rundown senior Lincoln Madrid and sophomore Andrick Rodriguez. Gentlemen, how are y'all?
Doing good. How about yourself?
So, Lincoln, we know you. Andrick?
Yes, sir.
First time?
Track.
Oh, track. Okay.
Yeah, first for you.
Yeah.
I've seen I've seen that hair before. So yeah. So before we get into it, you don't know this, Andrick, but we go into the first game, and I told Josh, so we're fast, right?
Yes, sir.
And you get that pick, and as soon as you take your first step, he's like, "Oh, that's a pick," and I was like, "Watch," and you took off. He's like, I mean, like he couldn't say anything. I've never known him to not be able to speak, but I was like, I told you, it's
true.
Kid can smoke it, man. So yeah, I was like, that's gone. That's
Yeah,
gone.
if I'm not mistaken, the words out of my mouth were, "That's the fastest kid I've ever seen on this field." Because I got a couple text messages about it later. So
Dylan Payton's up there.
Well, we might have a question about that later, so we'll see how that goes. Lincoln,
we
we're
are
not-
on a track.
Lincoln, we're not
So-
dogging you at all. We know you got game speed, man.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You're like that pinball out there. We don't know how it is, but you run like you're 300 pounds out there. No one can bring you down. You're spinning, you're moving, and it's so. We're not dissing you at all. So don't take that personally. Lincoln, we're going to start with you. You are the senior. I think you've been on more Ranger rundowns than I have.
I
So
don't know about that.
I think maybe when you come back, next
He's
year.
definitely better at it than we are.
He's definitely better looking than we are. Next year when you come back sometime, maybe we'll let you host instead of us, and we'll sit there and you can interview us.
Oh, that'd be a good deal.
All right. When you were warming up before the game, right, going through your pregame stuff, did you have any idea that you were about to throw for 350 yards and a half?
Oh, that 350 is a little extra. I think I only had about 300 in the first half, and then I got the little 50 in the second half. But
Are you saying I'm wrong?
yeah.
That might hurt your chances of coming back next year.
Scouting report.
All right, so answer the question. Here we go.
No, to be honest, Thursday through Saturday, I was feeling kind of sick, and I wasn't feeling my best going into the game. So, I wasn't expecting to go, have the type of game that I did. I'm grateful for it, but I wasn't really expecting to throw for that much.
Really?
It wasn't. When we started warming up, I started to feel a little bit better. But like going into the game, I had a headache, my body was aching, like it was rough. It was really rough. And then some of the coaches that I would come up to sideline like, "Are you good?" Like, are you like? Coach Hill asked me, after my fifth touchdown, like, "Are you good? Like, what's wrong? Are you hurting?" He was like, "Well, like, what's wrong?" I was like, "Nah, I don't feel good right now. Like, it's, my body's hurting, and I had a mean headache."
He said after my fifth touchdown, Coach wondered what was wrong.
Not to flex, but that's right.
Yeah, not to flex, but to flex.
That's funny.
That is hilarious.
Lincoln, give us some thoughts on the performance of the wide receivers. It kind of looked from the booth that you had lots of options. You had lots of time to throw those balls. How'd they do?
Yes, sir. Those guys had a great game. They made my job really, really easy. Like having a guy like Dylan Payne out there, you throw him a 10-yard ball or, you throw a 10-yard pass to Dylan Payne, then he takes it for 40 yards. It makes my job extremely easy. Or you like, a guy like Hiring Nutt. I threw him a 2-yard ball and he took it for 56 yards, right? Like, those guys had an amazing game. And then you can't forget Gavin Ivey. Gavin Ivey had a great game. He had 2 really good first downs, and then he had himself a 30-yard touchdown. You know, and then back on my side too. You know,
Yep.
he's a huge target to get to, and you know, find himself to be open. And then he's a reliable guy. You know, put the ball in his vicinity, he's gonna make a grab. So you know, those guys they're a big part to my success for sure.
There was one play that happened, and you know, have you ever thrown it to like a really good friend and have them not turn around and look for the ball?
He's standing right here.
I know that's why I had to ask the question. I mean, look at
this guy.
He's so dapper looking. Look at that jacket and everything. Woo! All right, you didn't say anything to him after that.
I
did you?
didn't. It happens. I've missed a pass before. It's, you know.
Well, if somebody would have blocked that linebacker, you'd have had another step, and he probably would have taken that one to the house too.
So, Lincoln, I talked a little bit. Coach Hill mentioned it. Talked a little bit about Coach Hernandez. You know how you've matured from we're watching. You know your sophomore year. You're definitely a different player now than you were then. But in past games, you know we kind of get accustomed to you make a couple reads, the defense gets by you. You've got some running lanes, and you're off. You're off like a rabbit.
Yes,
and
sir.
the first time I saw that, I was like, here he goes. And I mean, you took 3 steps, you stopped, you had a window, you pulled the ball down and you threw it, put a dime on Peyton for a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then you do it 4 more times. What was different about Friday night?
You know, I give Pecos a lot of credit. You know, they kept me really cooped in. You know, that's you got to give them a lot of credit. And then you know, our wide receivers making plays downfield. You know, getting open downfield. You know, when the scramble drill happens, you know, Dylan Payne, like you said, just getting open, right? You know, giving me an opportunity to throw the ball a little bit. And then, you know, back to that, I wasn't feeling great. You know, I wasn't. My body was hurting, right? So when I had the chance to throw the ball, I was getting the ball out of my hand as soon as possible.
Is the scramble drill Dylan go long throw as far as I can? Is that part of it?
It is.
That
It
part of
is. I told Coach Rich, you know, there was a play against Childress, and you know, I got hit a little bit, and I just threw it up, and he comes to the sideline, and he said, "What? Would you say Dylan's down there somewhere?" I was like, "Might as well, yes, sir."
That works. All right, Lincoln, last question for you. What do you think is going to be the key to success for the offense against Lubbock Liberty?
You know, I think just being ourselves, right? You know, not changing our philosophy, right? I think our coach is going to have a great game plan for us, and, you know, we just got to execute at a high level and then be the more aggressive team, right? You know, that's a big point for us, you know, we hit people in the mouth, right? So that's got to be a major point for us, you know, got to go hit Liberty in the mouth and, you know, just give us the opportunity to succeed.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Andrew,
Sir.
Flip it over to you. You know, this is your first year on varsity, right?
Yes, sir.
Describe what was going through your head when you walked on the field for the first time for that first varsity game against Childress.
Just so much emotions filled my body. I could feel it running down my blood system, adrenaline just pumping. It was crazy. Hearing the crowd screaming, you know, yelling "Go Rangers" is just no better feeling than that.
Friday night in Greenwood, it's different, isn't it?
Very different from freshman football. You know, there's fans that come and watch, but nothing compares to seeing that stands filled, fans, you know, just come saying hi, supporting.
Yeah.
A lot of electricity, Hendrick. Tell us about maybe one of the most difficult things transitioning from JV to varsity.
I'd say the schedule. Practices. We don't practice in the morning on freshman football, and transitioning to waking up every morning, coming to work, and, you know, it's been very different. And practicing on Thursdays instead of playing has been a little different too. Adjusting pretty good.
I really thought that was going to be a different answer, like the size of, you know, who's hitting you or the speed of somebody you've got to cover. Okay.
I'll never play corner, so that's new
So
too.
it's your first year
Well,
playing corner?
you're
Yes, sir.
doing a pretty good job of it. So if
Coach
nobody's
Hill-
told you,
Coach Hill's doing a great job over there. You know.
that's right.
Oh, he's your position coach?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord help you. You know, Andrew, we talked about you jumping that route in the Childress game and taking it to the house. You almost got one Friday night, and I could see it. Yeah, I mean, you baited them into making that throw. You were like a wolf ready to pounce on it, right? We know you didn't come up with it, but you were there. So my question to you is, do you think teams underestimate how fast you really are?
I don't think so, honestly. Track has put a lot of, you know, film out there for me to, you know, show how fast I really am, and I think people do understand that I can fly out there, and, you know, I don't think they look past that.
Well, that quarterback wasn't paying any bit of attention that you were out there.
He wasn't.
He just lofted that ball up there. I was like, oh.
That was so
I
close.
should have had that.
I mean, it was like a 6-yard jump.
Yes, you should have
I
had
should- I
that.
should have had that.
Everybody thought you should have had that.
That's all I heard.
Are you having did you have nightmares about it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there'll be another one. There will be another one.
Oh, there's going to be one Friday night, brother.
Hopefully, yes, sir.
Lots of opportunities. Andrew, what's been the favorite memory so far this year?
I'd say that pick six from Childress. You know, running down that sideline felt like a movie. Like, everything was moving in slow motion. Like, people were telling me how fast I was moving, and it felt like I was moving in slow motion. So, you know, that's definitely been one of my favorite memories.
So you feel like you're running in concrete?
Yes, sir.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Man,
Never felt anything like that.
I knew
cool.
it as soon as you caught that ball. I just said, watch this. I told you, watch this. This
And
kid's gone.
they had been preaching that we needed a defensive touchdown in that game. It was crazy how it happened, and never thought anything would happen like that, you know.
Well,
It's
and
crazy.
You can't tell that you've never played cornerback before. You look like a natural out there. Great hips. You're real fluid out there, and you've got a great eye for the ball. You're a good ball hawk back there. So, you know, it's been fun watching you play out there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Did you enjoy getting to play a little offense?
I
2 weeks
did.
ago?
I did. I was happy.
I think the
Burchett-
message was don't get used to that, though.
Yes, sir. Coach Burchett sent me a text message and Hernandez saying I might play a little offense, and I got real happy, you know. I was playing a little offense in the summer, but transitioned to corner, and it was a great feeling catching that ball. But I got flamed again because Raider Harvey caught me. So, yeah.
There were like 3 or 4 shoestring tackles. Just like this guy just closes his eyes, throws his arm out there, and catches a toe or something. That's just like, man. And you just unfortunately had to be one of them.
Yes, sir. Unfortunately.
All right, guys, you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. You're going to go first, Lincoln. Then Andrew, you're going to answer that.
Yes, sir.
Burger or tacos?
Tacos.
Tacos.
All right. Best ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Vanilla.
Oh, that's the answer right there. Solid.
Y'all are playing.
Original OG right there.
Yeah, for sure. Race car or monster truck?
Race car.
Monster trucks. I like this.
You're fast enough in
Yeah.
real life. you don't need to go any faster. What's the best Halloween candy?
Okay, question. Is chocolate a candy?
Yeah, but like a candy bar. Like when you were a kid and you go trick or treating, what was the one candy you wanted to get in your bag? Like a full size Snicker or?
I'll say a Reese's cup.
Okay.
Hershey.
Hershey's. All right. So the
sir.
Reese's cup. That's the Blizzard. The standard Friday night Blizzard is Reese's cup. So yeah, good answer. All right. Last question. Who's the fastest? The offense or the defense?
Offense.
Defense. Are you
Offense.
crazy? Casey
We have
Brooks.
Dylan and Hayden.
Me, Casey,
Who
Noah.
and Nathaniel.
Whoa.
Hey, bro, that's-
No, defense 1,000%.
You're telling me Noah's keeping up with Nathaniel?
Yes.
Are you telling me Dylan or Caden's keeping up with Dylan?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
On one
And
out.
no one is catching Hayden in the open field.
Guys, this is why I'm looking forward to Friday night. This is our competition right here. Gotta love these guys. That's good. I like that. That's what I was hoping I was going to get from you guys.
Little sparring going on. Gentlemen, we appreciate you all coming to talk with us. Wish you the best of luck Friday night against Lubbock Liberty. Big things to look forward to.
Sir.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Next up, we're going to have alumni coaches Blake Thompson and Riley Butts. So we'll be back.
They're out.
How are y'all?
We're good, man. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Let's move that just a little bit closer to your mouth. There you
better.
go.
There you go.
There you go. That's good.
Perfect.
No, you're not anywhere close, Blake.
How about now?
A little closer. Like
almost touching your lip.
Are we good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
that's much better.
Okay.
And I appreciate you staying over there, Blake, and not making me look short. You got your lifts on?
Yeah,
You're a little bit taller?
We got the talls on the
I know,
outside.
Yeah,
I know.
that's for sure.
Just turn around and look. It's like, oh man, that's the guy standing next to me is kind of small.
Not picking on you, Riley. I know you could take me in arm wrestling, but there's just something about being the shortest dude right next to Coach Thompson. And I think she tries to cheat during volleyball games. She wears some lifts when I'm standing next to her introducing players so she can kind of look down on me a little bit.
Just genetics.
I tell you what, something like that.
Todd, you didn't try hard enough. But anyway, as we move on, we've got coaches Blake Thompson, Riley Butts, a pair of Greenwood graduates returning to coach at their roots right here in Greenwood. So appreciate y'all coming in and talking with us. Of course.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so, I mean, Blake, I think you graduated a little bit before I got to start doing this kind of stuff, right? I was calling your name, on Friday nights and stuff like that. When you were, I think a sophomore is your first year on varsity, I think, something like that. So this is kind of a little bit different for us. So instead of just asking you guys, separate questions, we're going to kind of just talk about the same questions for both of y'all and see what y'all's, individual responses are.
Perfect.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So, so for you guys, what was the biggest challenge for you coming back as a teacher to a school that you graduated from?
I would definitely have to say coaching my little brother, or teaching my little brother, trying to get him to learn the difference between how to act at home and how to respect me back in the classroom. But there's not a lot of challenges at all, honestly. Greenwood's
Do
always
you
been a
go
place.
hands-on, like
No.
immediately?
Nope, never.
Same last NIM.
Yep.
There's not some leeway there.
Nope.
We'll talk to Coach Bridges because I feel like there should be.
Well, and you don't have to deal with that this year, right?
I do.
Oh, you got another one?
I do. I have 4 brothers.
Wow. Your mom must be tired.
Yeah, probably.
How old's the youngest one?
3rd grade.
Oh, so it's going to be a while before we get to calling.
Yep.
They
3rd grade, 6th grade, 8th grade.
They might retire me before they get up there. I think I'm pretty close to being mandatory retired. Coach Thompson, how about you?
Not really a lot of a difference, but it's weird sometimes taking a step back and being like, wow, this is where I went to school and now I'm the teacher. But other than that, it's been a blessing.
Did the teacher's lounge, did it live up to your expectations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The first time you go in there, it's like, should I be here?
Yeah.
Well, first day of school, I did have someone tell me to get to class and ask if I needed help going where I was going.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I work here.
That's hilarious.
If you want to say a name, nobody's paying attention.
Nope,
No?
I'm
Okay.
good.
Coach
You
Thompson,
just went strutting in, didn't you?
Yeah. I had a few people ask me what grade I'm in.
You act like you own
nobody's
it.
going to ask you what.
You just carry the badge.
Coach Thompson, we skipped this. I want to get back. Maybe tell us when you graduated, what sports you played while you were here, and what kind of that path that led you back to Greenwood, if we could start with you.
Okay, yeah. I graduated in 2018, so it's been a little bit. And I did volleyball, basketball, track, cross country, and cheer. So never really had an off season. But and then I went up to Tech in Lubbock, did sport management. That was my degree. So I knew I wanted to do something in the sport industry. Just wasn't really sure yet. And then I went to Abilene, taught at Wiley for a year. And then Coach Amy Long, she reached out to me towards the beginning of that, or the end of that school year, and asked me to come out here. And then Coach Hill and all those guys came from Wiley as well.
It's like a reunion.
I forgot that you were at Wiley with them. Yeah, that's right. And you sold yourself a little bit short. You went to state in the high jump, right?
I did, yes.
Yes. Yes, I saw the picture.
Yeah,
Yes.
she ran track.
Well, I did run. I ran and jumped.
Okay.
Very well.
Coach Butts, how about you? What's your path here?
I didn't do near as much as that, but I just played football and basketball 4 years. And after that, I went to Howard Payne to continue playing football. It's a small D3 up in Brownwood.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, about right when my last season in Howard Payne, I realized I didn't want to be done with football. And I went and watched one of my little brother Landon's games. And I saw how they were doing things, and I loved it. And I wanted to know more about it. So I got a meeting with Coach Hill, and the rest is
Landon went to school here, right?
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
Did he play football?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, a little bit.
I think he had the number 0,
He did.
as a matter of fact. So
What years were you here?
21 was my last year, so 2017.
So you were,
21.
19 was your
Yes.
sophomore
19.
year on varsity, right?
Junior.
Junior?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. Okay, what does it mean for you guys to come back and impact future Ranger and Rangerettes?
It means a lot. You know, this is where I'm from, and to be able to pour into the same program that kind of made me who I was and you who you are. It's
Exactly.
very rewarding.
Exactly. Yeah, kind of like she said. Had a lot of coaches impact my life in a lot of great ways, and just trying to do the same thing as they did to me. But some of them are still here, so
Yep.
Yeah, it's not like you've been gone a quarter
Yeah.
century or anything like that, right?
a couple years.
All right, so I think this is a pretty big softball question. You guys can pick a whole bunch of different things, but what is the biggest difference in the school since you graduated?
Oh, I'd say all the social media and
Oh, right there.
The big building?
Big old thing.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it has come a long way.
It has definitely has come a long way.
We were talking about it. So this is Josh's 10th year doing this in some shape, form, or fashion. And it started out with an app on a phone through Town Talk, and you set up, and it's just all it's audio stuff. And then we did that for 3 years or so, and about the time you guys graduate, they brought out some cameras and stuff like that, and it's just really kind of evolved. And now we've done this. This is our 3rd year kind of doing this, so it's a really neat environment. And so
100%.
You guys wish you had all this, right?
Oh
yeah,
definitely.
Even doing this is amazing to be able to do this.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, guys. So I got some rapid fire for y'all.
do it.
Right. So you're not that far out of high school. So
He's cheating over here. Careful.
if you're not cheating, you're not winning. You're not trying to win, right?
Yep.
You
You
got to take
Astros
advantage of
fan?
everything. No, I'm not. I'm a Rangers fan.
I am.
Yeah. You're an Astros fan? Yeah, that makes sense. I understand that a whole lot. We'll talk later. Rapid fire. Here we go. We're going to go with you first.
All right.
Little smarty pants.
Let's do it.
Riley, you're going to be second. Favorite food?
Fried chicken.
Pasta.
I would have thought that would have been reversed. Who knew?
I don't think we've had anybody say fried chicken before.
I don't think we have either.
It's a new one.
Yeah, here we
I
go.
like it.
Would you rather be at the lake or the ocean?
Ocean.
Lake.
All right. What is your dream vacation?
Oh gosh. Probably Scotland.
Somewhere out of the country. Probably, I don't know, Australia.
You kind of look like a Fiji
Oh,
kind
that's
of
a
guy.
good one.
Australia.
Australia? Got to be careful. There's a lot of things that'll kill you down there.
Yeah, no.
All right. Would you rather run a mile or take an ice bath for 15 minutes?
Both are fine, I guess.
Ice bath.
Ice bath.
Ice bath.
She's like that.
I do
don't
it all.
care.
I ran. I
it's a
jumped. I
coin
do it
toss.
all. 7-sport athlete over here. All right. Finish this sentence for me. I am afraid of.
Frogs.
Oh. All right. You go talk to Ems about that one.
Snakes.
Snakes. Good
Frogs.
answer. Good answer. Yeah. Frogs. Amphibians.
Yeah, the fried chicken and the frogs. That's a first.
I know you.
I think
Can I
we've
say?
been doing this for a little while.
No.
Okay.
She's a unicorn, man.
Well, coaches, we appreciate you guys coming and having a little bit of fun with us tonight.
Thanks for having
And yeah, it's just cool to see a program that brings you guys back to pour back into these kids. So that's something special.
Just another reason why we love this place.
Yep.
It's just so cool. All right, so I know this is what everyone's been waiting for since I announced the lineup for tonight. Next up, we're going to have Summer Hill and Carrie Burchett. We're going to dish on what it's like to be a coach's boss a little bit.
Awesome.
I know, I'm telling you.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Oh, I knew she wasn't going to stand next to me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got my hat on.
Okay. Well, hi, guys.
There we go.
A little
Is that
closer.
good?
Almost touching your mouth there, Summer.
I feel like no one needs to hear my voice.
Okay, I'm going to
this
help you just
amplified.
a little bit more. Yeah, they do. We want to hear exactly what you got to say. We know you're the
Okay.
better half of
I
that
think
half.
you're good.
You're the better half of that duo over there. I see you over there, Jimmy. I think you're the better half, too.
Okay, well, let's get going. Summer Hill, Carrie Burchett, welcome.
Thank you.
This is the first I think that we've had coaches' wives on. Right?
We have now.
We've-
Carrie's
we've
a pro,
s-
though, from cheer. So
That's true. She has
Right,
experience.
but not maybe not in this context.
Yes.
We've set up Coach Hill on some questions that he was not expecting.
True.
So that was a lot of fun. But
we're not going to do that to you.
Yeah.
And stop looking at my notes. Such a cheater.
I know, cheat.
Who would have known that Brian was the honest one?
Teach high school and learn all the tricks.
So let's start off with this. What's the correct way to spell Brian?
Oh, that's a good question.
Bryan.
Brien.
See, I've never heard of that in my
I know,
own.
me either.
Where is he? He's got to
He's
be here
right here.
somewhere. Oh yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I've never heard of
I
that.
know. My phone always corrects it to brain. I mean, it's used to it now, but
So like Siri says, calling brain.
calling brain, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's funny.
Siri says some weird stuff with Masonheimer too. So
It is pretty funny to hear that come out. So we'll kind of start with you guys, and we'll do the same thing we did with Coach Thompson and Coach Butts, is just kind of ask you guys questions. Y'all both can kind of answer it how it relates to you guys. But so how long have y'all been married?
A year and a half.
We're at 6.
6 years.
Yes, sir.
How long does that feel though?
About 60.
When I got asked that question, and my answer is I've been married so long,
So long.
How long has it been, Todd, that I don't look both ways when I cross the street? If God's ready for me, I'm going to go home.
There
right?
you go.
There you go.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I'm going to work that in.
Summer, so you guys were married when you got here.
Yes, sir.
What's the story of how you guys met?
We were introduced by a mutual friend. One of my lifelong childhood friends knew Brian, I guess, in their older age, and we were, I guess, kind of set up on a blind date and gave it a whirl and then took a break and then decided to try again. So we dated long distance and eventually landed right here in good old Greenwood.
Okay. Miss Burchett, how about you?
We met here through mutual friends and coaches. So
Right, because both of you guys were working here, is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? Okay.
But y'all didn't know each other before.
we did not.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
So, Josh and I are up here a lot, right? And we know the time that the guys put in during football season. And I know how that could be. I mean, I know if I'm not home, I got to be home, right? Sure. So how do you guys make time during football season? What are some of the tricks that you guys have to?
Is there time?
Yeah, I think you just kind of take advantage of being a part of it. So just seeing them when you see them on the field and all the events and things like this whenever we're just all together up here.
Yeah, I think perfectly said. You just basically incorporate the lifestyle into your lifestyle. My children are running around somewhere up here.
Yeah. At least you know they're safe.
Yep.
Right.
They're somewhat caged in, and so yeah, you just find those moments. So it's Thursday nights when sub-varsity's playing, and I can come visit for a little bit with both children, or, he works very hard to try and get home around dinner-ish and help get one of them down, and then you get to visit a little bit after. But yeah, you just kind of make it a part of your lifestyle, and you find time on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys are definitely. I mean, you've got cheer and stuff like that, but I see you every Thursday night. And you guys are up here, and I think everybody in Greenwood knows Park, and I'm sure in a couple years everyone will know Sullivan.
I was gonna say.
But yeah, so I mean, and I know you have a lot of people. I know there's someone right now watching. Okay, I got Park for her, right?
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
So, I don't know if you heard my conversation with Coach Hill about the volleyball game. Mr. Todd. And I turned around and Park's almost bailing over the railing.
Over the railing.
First thing I
yes.
was like is, where's your mom?
He knows everyone at this point, and if you hear, "What's up, dog?" like that is my child assuming that he knows you and going to chat with you. And I'm sorry, I'm usually following closely behind, trying to pull him.
Who's the culprit? Is that Lincoln's fault that he's the use of the word dog? Or
No, it's Coach Brown.
Okay.
Coach Hill and Coach Brown definitely taught "What's up, dog?"
Okay.
So
All right.
that was him and Park's thing last year, Coach Brown and Park.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So we're going to start about Coach Hill, not with Coach Hill. But,
Okay.
I was surprised when he led us into his life a little bit on game days and how nervous he is. And I guess I didn't assume that, right? I didn't see that one coming because he always looks so calm, cool, and collected. But maybe from y'all's perspective, game day, what does that look like?
I think for me, I don't see Coach Hill on game days typically. We now have the kiddos, and so it's just kind of keeping them organized or entertained so that they will take a nap, and then we can make it to either these wonderful stands or if we have to travel on the road. But he's gone before. He's gone before we're up, and so usually he'll sneak back home to grab his clothes and get dressed, and we'll try to one of those moments. Here's your children, and here I am, hello, and say our good lucks and all of that. But they're just, I think, a normal chaotic day with two small children running around in our house and working to get to the game wherever it may be.
Carrie, you got anything different?
Same thing. I think that might be the day that we see each other the least is game day. But yes, and obviously I'm busy with cheer, but it's just in passing, and then usually maybe the first time I've seen him is if we make eye contact on the sidelines. So,
kind of a controlled chaos.
It's crazy, but it's fun. Those
So
are the funnest days.
is Brain a little more anxious on game days?
I don't know.
Also, have you
Y'all
ever
might
asked
have
him?
to ask him. I've never actually asked
I know,
him.
we're telling jokes and he's texting.
I know. He's
So.
not even listening.
I think that's just avoidance.
Oh, he's listening
He
now.
knows. He
Got
knows.
him.
Yeah. He probably gets nervous.
Okay, so Carrie, we've done some rapid fire with you.
Yes.
Never had a chance to do it
No.
with.
Oh, you gotta
Summer.
walk over here.
So
You're not walking by with us.
Oh my goodness.
Sweet goodness gracious. Hi.
I thought the dunk take would have gotten that off of you.
All right, but Summer never has, so you're gonna have to
Okay,
endure.
I'll
But we're gonna make Summer go first. You
Okay.
ready? Here we go. Favorite ice cream?
Vanilla.
That's a great
Listen,
answer.
it is. That's
I love it. I'll throw some
There's
sprinkles
no
on
other.
there, but vanilla all the way.
If strawberry was supposed to be the best or chocolate, they would have made it first, right?
There you go. I
There you
like
go.
that.
I mean, it makes sense.
We're gonna get something exotic over here, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah, you are. So I'm gonna go with bubble gum, and actually, just because that I think is the other Coach Burchett's favorite too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so you don't have to
Bubblegum.
write it down.
Yeah.
So and guys, this isn't a help for you guys at all in case you get in trouble. But what is your
Neither of
favorite
them are
flower?
listening. I like daisies.
Daisies.
I like any flowers.
Any flowers.
Any flowers.
Man, you're just making it easy on
there
him.
you go.
You got to make him work a little bit every once in a while. Would you rather be at the lake or the beach?
Lake.
Beach.
All right. And would you rather run a mile or take a 15-minute ice bath?
Ice bath.
Ice bath.
All right. Finish this sentence for me. I am afraid of
Oh, I've done this one. The
Yeah.
dark. Yeah.
the dark.
Yes.
Do you have night lights?
Yes.
Okay.
Not in the room though. Like I want to be able to see outside, but while I
Does
sleep
Coach
dark.
Burchett wear a night thing to keep the light out of his eyes?
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He's gone when he's asleep. He's
Yes.
asleep. All right, Summer, how about you?
Sullivan Hill. That's it. End of list.
Well, we're trying to make sure that this isn't up on the air by the time she understands what you
Perfect.
just said.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So before we wrap up, one last fun question. We tried to kind of keep it serious leading up to this, but before we wrap up, what is a perfect? You guys, your husbands are great coaches. They do a tremendous job with our students and our athletes.
And we have their full attention.
I was
we do
gonna
have
say
it
they're
now.
Staring us down. Yeah.
Yeah, the I don't know what kind of face that is, but he's looking over here. What is a profession that your husband would be absolutely terrible at?
Just a profession?
Yeah, a
Just
profession.
Single one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't want to dig a hole for you here, Summer.
So I feel like Coach Burchett would make a good cop, right? So that's,
he might
I
be a
mean,
good
you know,
cop.
just kind of the demeanor. Well, we're not. Listen, put the finger gun away, sir. We don't need finger guns. Okay, settle down.
Make sure you don't aim that at anybody. It's got to be up in the air.
Yeah,
keep it down.
So that wouldn't count.
Yeah, something they wouldn't be good at.
Wouldn't be
would
good.
he-
I mean, the ideas are running through the head.
Oh, she's got a list.
Yeah, a list. No, yes, you said it well. He's an excellent coach. I don't know that it would translate well to the youth side.
Like tiny.
Yeah, tiny humans. I don't know how well that would go. He would not be a good housekeeper. He would not be.
We just said one. We
Oh,
just
okay.
said one.
Sorry, I'm good. Okay.
All right.
There you
We're
go.
gonna go with housekeeper.
Do you use a philosophy that if you start digging a hole, just keep digging so he can't reach you?
I mean,
is that what
I
we're
said
going
I
with
was
here?
scared of Sullivan Hill, not Brian Hill.
How about Coach Burchett?
I'm gonna go with some type of like party or like vacation planning.
Oh, like an event
a
planner kind of thing?
Terrible. He's extremely organized, but decision making and anything like that, decorating, not his thing.
So-
He'll
so-
help, but he doesn't want to be the
So, like,
decision maker.
for my 50th birthday party, I don't need to call
he
him.
won't plan it. Yeah.
How about for a 40th birthday party? Is that something we could call somebody for?
Not Brian.
Ladies, we appreciate you coming on and having a good time with us, looking through the lens of
Yes.
kind of coaches'
Thanks for
lives.
having
So
us. Thank
you
you.
guys are very involved, and we appreciate all the support you give. So
Thank you.
Go
All right, so-
Rangers.
Yeah, next up we've got volleyball with Coach Long and Coach McDonald. Thank you, ladies, very much. Thank y'all.
strolling up here.
Yeah, you've got
Not
the.
the moneymaker. I mean, I can't believe you guys let all these women get up here and cover their face up with a microphone on these headsets.
We didn't think about it.
We just roll with the punches. We're just lucky. We're just lucky they'll come up here and talk to us. Coach Long hates this. She would much rather be at the dunking booth. I think maybe.
Yes.
Which one would be worse, the dunking booth or being up here with us?
Here.
Is it because of Josh and I, or
No.
we make it okay, right?
Yes, y'all make it.
This is like your
Fine.
fourth time this year, correct?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
You
So-
think I'd be like, no big deal.
You might get used to it.
Yeah, you're great at it.
No.
You're perfect. You got the personality and everything. Big smile. It's all good.
Okay, well, let's get us fired off. We're here to talk about some volleyball with Coach Amy Long and Josh McDonald. Coach Mack, how are y'all today?
Doing well.
Can you believe all this stuff out here?
It's so nice. And the
I know.
weather.
Last year was cold, and then it started to rain,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of nobody was here, and still had a good time. But
Yeah, a lot of people out here today.
yeah.
So
I like all the kids on the field. That's kind of fun.
yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Greenwood is. We're all fun. We're all fun, right?
It's fun.
Coach, we've had 2 district games. We're 1-1. Lost to Andrews. Had a nail biter against Seminole. Kind of give us a recap of kind of district and what how we've done so far and what it kind of looks like it's shaking out, kind of maybe deal.
Well, so with Andrews, it was a tough game. That was a tough loss. But we stood right there with them the whole way. But we ended up not winning. But they're a good team, and we're ready to. And we've watched the film, and we've looked at stuff, and we're ready to go back at them again. We're ready. We're glad we get a second shot at them, that we play everybody twice, so that we can go back and get our revenge, I guess.
I was about to say, enact revenge.
Ready. So we're ready. If we could play them tomorrow, we would be excited to get to do that. So on yesterday against Seminole, we did a good job of, never getting down, of never just like giving up and then to just keep moving forward. And so they did a good job with that. Just 1 point at a time. If they would come back and catch up with us, we wouldn't fall apart. We just keep trudging 1 point at a time. And that's what we talked to them about, is try to be more consistent and just keep going one at a time, staying aggressive in what we're doing and sticking to our plan and not playing with their plan too much and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Coach, what was something that impressed you during play with Seminole yesterday?
That the fact that they never gave up. That even if we were down, they would fight to get to that point, and then we'd get back up and get back up there with them. And so that was what really shocked me about them, is they kept going, and then like as we would get a lead, they would, they kept their energy the whole time. We didn't have to like make up our fake energy or anything like that. Like they had energy from the go, and they just carried it with them for all 5 sets, which was a lot of fun. 5 sets gives me a heart attack and makes me have more gray hair, but they're good at not giving up and then just keep going, and like next set, let's go, we can get them this next time. But everybody's ready for the next one. No one is like, we can't do this. Everybody's there picking everybody up and cheering and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Coach, but 5-set games, I'm stroking out in the stands,
yes.
right? And you guys handle it much better than I do. But I'm the guy in the stands, stroking out over it. Coach, what do you think is the biggest challenge facing the team the remainder of the season?
Just going into each game with that, like what we talk about, is just playing our game every time, and don't worry about who's across the net. We'll play a couple of things, do certain, like maybe a different defense or something like that, but just to keep going, doing what we do and playing our game and doing what we do best to take them down. And try not to change up too much stuff before we get there.
Coach Long, last question. Oh, excuse me, not last question.
Next to last.
Excuse me. We spend so much time talking about varsity and the team and the girls. What about some sub-varsity players that you're excited to see come up over the next couple of years?
Yeah. On our JV team, Andrea Bear has really been killing it. She's a middle. I would love to see us be able to set her a little bit more, but when you do, it is pretty. She puts the ball down really well, and she does a great job at that. I think she's still a little timid. She is a freshman, but I think she has a lot of promise. She's going to be very, very, she already is very good. She's going to be very, very good. On our freshman team, we have a lot of girls there that are exciting to see what they're going to do. So, like, we have, like, Harper Everett. She's a right side in the middle, and she's doing some good stuff. It's funny to watch her get a block. It's like, you're going to get blocked. She's really tall, but it's kind of like a shock to her sometimes, and I'm all, that's so you. Like, she does it so well. I don't know why it shocks her. And then, their setter, Aisley Tar, she's a hustler. And then, like, the other day, she had to play front row because they have some – we've had a lot of sicknesses. Like, JV played with 9 players yesterday. And so Aisley had to play all the way around on the freshman game, and she did great. She was jumping up there blocking, but normally she just plays setter. So she did a great job of, still leading her team, but getting to play the front row as well. On our JV team, we have some other girls that just like Oakley, man, you can put her on the right, you can put her in the middle, you can put her anywhere, and she's going to play the ball hard, and she's going to give it her all. And she had a great solo block one game, and she just went up, and I think it was against Lee. She got up there and just blocked the crap out of that ball, and it was so nice, and it was really exciting. So it's fun to see them do stuff, and they're just shocked. And I'm like, we practice that every day, and they're just shocked that it just works. And so it's really fun to watch all those teams go through.
Coach was right.
But you know,
Who knew?
I do see that come from the varsity. That
Yeah.
Nothing gets a couple of your varsity players more excited than
Big
some
old block.
blocks.
Yeah.
A couple
It's
of them.
fun.
Yeah, some of them. Some of them. So, you know, Coach, we've been talking about how great it is having all these people out here. I mean, there's a ton of people out here. It's a great event, and you see how the community supports and gives back to the athletes and the program, stuff like that. But let's talk a little bit about how we actually reverse that also, and how the school does things for the community and things like that. And tell us a little bit about the Pink Out fundraiser that's coming up.
So our Pink Out game is this next Saturday. We always do a bake sale to help raise money. We take donations. And so every year we try to give our money to a Greenwood person. And unfortunately, every year we have a Greenwood person to be able to give the money to. This year we're giving our money to Addie Glenn. So her big sister, Savannah, just graduated last year. Savannah was a 4-year varsity manager for us. And so her little sister got diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. And so she's been battling that cancer since sometime last year she got it. I don't know can't remember exactly when. I think it was in the spring sometime. But, you know, and she just finished her last round of radiation, but she's still getting chemo and stuff like that. Depending on how she feels, hopefully she can come to the game on Saturday. But that's who our money this year is going to go to. And we're going to give it to her. So, I mean, that one just rings really, really close to the heart for us. So if anybody would like to donate to that, we'll be here Saturday for that, but they can also email us. We are tax deductible, so we will get you your receipts and everything that you need for tax write-offs for that. All you need to do is email us at Greenwood Volleyball, or it's VB, so Greenwood VB Booster at gmail.com.
Guys, make sure you get some donations in here. You know, I got to spend some time with Savannah. She did softball also, stuff like that. And just a tremendous, tremendous young lady and a great representative of Greenwood.
Yes.
But no offense, Coach Mack, but I think when she graduated, you kind of lost one of your –
I did.
It's like having an assistant coach,
It was
right?
So, yes.
I mean,
She's so good.
I remember her getting up during games and walking over and fixing the official book and telling them this is wrong, go fix it. So
she's hard to replace, that's for sure.
I think I had somebody in the stands go, hey, they missed a point. I said, don't worry, Savannah's going to cover this. And sure enough, she's up and she's going.
Yes,
so.
I've been blessed with great managers. Michaela Tedder was the same way. I never had to worry. Riley Cox this year just fills into those shoes just fine, and she does a great job of I think they're wrong. They are. If you say they're wrong, go fix it, you know, because they know their stuff.
That's cool. All right, Coach Mack, we didn't forget about you. We didn't forget about that face that's going on over there. Coach, tell us a little bit about your responsibilities and how you try and put your mark on the program.
So Coach Long definitely knows her stuff. She knows all the X's and O's as far as it goes to volleyball. One thing I feel like I contribute is I come in and I watch movement. And so if a girl's having trouble hitting, if we're out of position sometimes, I'll watch their approach. I'll watch where we're maybe a step slow and go back and watch film. And it might be that we're taking a false step. We're stepping in one direction to try to go the other direction. And that, you know, when you're playing defense, you're already behind the curve. And so you can't do anything that slows you down even further. And then I think just coming in and looking at drills and things that they're doing, and I'll ask Coach Long, I was like, what do we want to get out of this drill? Like, what are we really wanting this drill to work for? Because coming from football, one of the ADs that I had, his big thing was, if your drill doesn't show up in a game, it's not worth it, right? If the things you do in a drill don't show up on film, then we might as well be spending our time doing something else. And so I try to make drills more efficient, come in with things, and I'm sure the girls roll their eyes sometimes and we're just like, what's Coach Matt going to try to do today? But it is fun and exciting when we do come out with the drill, and I'll clear it with Coach Long, and we'll do it. And then the very next game, it shows up 3 or 4 times and gets us some points.
Yeah, and I agree with that. You don't practice just to practice. You practice to get better. And if you're not practicing to improve, what are you practicing for, right? Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Even being intentional about those drills, that makes a big difference. Coach, you've coached both boys and girls, right? What are some differences there?
I think the biggest difference. So I've coached girls since I've been the head powerlifting coach, 8 years now. Is boys will do anything you want them to do if they know that you know what you're talking about, right? If you know what you're talking about, those kids will buy into whatever you're doing and do it 100%. Girls just care that you care about them. If they know that you care, it doesn't matter that I'm bringing out a mat and some other weird drill. They're going to do it 100 miles an hour. They'll run through a wall for you as long as they know you care about them.
I haven't coached girls. I'll stand with that statement with you. That relationship building is key to it. Coach, transitioning from football to volleyball, what's been the biggest challenge for you?
Working with women.
Amy.
The amount of pink in all of the stuff that we have.
Oh, that's a good point.
You've dodged that.
I do. I mean, it's like, our Sanders Smith tournament shirts are pink again. Do you want one? No, I'm good. Yeah.
I
won't wear all red because there's the Kool-Aid Man jokes. I'm not going to deal with it. So
there's face painting. I'm sure there's pink in the color palette.
Sure, they've got to raise enough money for that.
You might get some street cred. If you break out some pink with those girls next year.
Fingernails, something, anything.
I'm good.
Coach, you've coached at a couple other schools as well before you wound up here at Greenwood. What's the best thing about coaching here?
So I haven't been at other places. The kids here, being from West Texas, are just a little bit tougher. They're going to give you effort all the time, and can you channel that effort into results and teaching them to finish? The amount of community support events like this, you don't get that everywhere. And so people who have only had careers teaching and coaching in Greenwood don't necessarily know how well they're blessed. And so, the community involvement, parents are definitely involved. They want their kids to do well and compete. And the kids, yes, sir, no, sir, and then just doing whatever you ask them to do.
Different expectation. Oh, makes sense. I appreciate that. Coaches, we appreciate you guys coming on and visiting with us. I know this is not your favorite thing, Coach Long.
You do so good every time, though.
I know. It's fantastic. That's why you keep coming back. If you did poorly, we wouldn't invite you back.
We keep requesting.
No, y'all don't.
Yeah, absolutely. We keep putting it in the suggestion box.
You're right. So. We just show up. Other people pick the guests. We just show up and smile and
you don't.
Be goofy. That's all we do. All right, guys, thanks for coming in. Good luck. You guys take on Monahans on Tuesday at home. Little schedule change there. Almost gave me a heart attack when Ems came in and said we were playing it in Friday.
Yes.
So it's going to be on Tuesday. It'll be here.
Yes.
You guys come out and support the Rangerettes as they take on that green team from the West. Speaking of volleyball players, we're going to have 2 stepping up here. Maggie Mason and Angel Smith are coming up next. So, guys, thanks. Appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having us.
A little bit closer to your mouth, Angel.
Oh, okay.
We need to help Maggie out there.
Come here, Maggie. Just a little bit. Let me help you. You can't go too far. You kind of got to. We're going to get this here.
Oh.
And we're going to put that right there.
Okay.
Pesky cord.
That helps.
You guys can't see this, but to start this, these pages have been coming off, and mine go on the track. I'm going to have to pick that up.
Yeah.
Josh has tried to been really neat and stuff, been put in his pocket, but I just now checked, and he's following the little man here. So
I gave up.
Anyway, just a little behind the scenes there for the camera.
Ladies, how are y'all this evening?
Oh, fabulous.
Pretty good.
Were y'all here for the tailgate last year when it was cold?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is way better, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, better turnout, better weather, the whole 9 yards. So just introducing you guys, we've got junior middle blocker Maggie Mason and Angel Smith. Welcome. Appreciate you guys coming on and maybe have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, we've had Angel before. Angel, you're a junior middle blocker too. I didn't write that down. That's my bad. Maggie, this is your first time.
It is.
Right? Yeah, so a little nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit. You know I got you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We've known you for a long time, so.
I mean, that's true.
It'll be all right.
For a little bit, you know.
Should I be nervous?
No, you should not be nervous at all. If it was your dad, yes, you should be very nervous.
That's true.
But I'm going to take care of you.
Okay.
You're my favorite Mason.
Thank you.
But don't tell Jonathan that. Oh, you can tell Jonathan that. That's
Well, I
okay.
mean, he's home, so I can tell him.
Yeah, you tell him.
Right.
You're my favorite Mason.
Sure.
All right, then your mom.
All right.
For sure.
I'll tell him.
Okay. So y'all ready to get started?
Yes.
Maggie, we're going to start with you.
Yes, sir.
You ready? All right. So first year on varsity volleyball, junior year. What was it like for you making varsity when you saw your name, on that list, and then putting on that jersey for the first time?
It was so surreal. Like I had made it, and all the hard work from the past has just paid off. It was nice.
Okay. All right.
Maggie, sticking with you, what's the biggest challenge that you've had moving from JV to varsity?
Probably speeding up my game to how all the returners are, and just the speed of the game to not be behind on my approach or anything else.
Okay. What is you play middle. You played a little right side, right? You're kind of back to the middle now. What is your favorite part of playing in the middle?
My favorite part is probably just being in the center of the game and just being able to turn around and see everybody else do their job and do it well, and just being able to be there to cover everybody else and kind of just be all around the court.
Okay. Which one do you get more excited about, a big kill or a big block?
Probably a kill. It's good to know that since our sets are so quick, we are ahead of the other block, and so it's nice just seeing on open net whenever you're ahead of them.
Yeah,
I think I would like the aggression of that kill.
Yeah. There's a ball guy in the stands that keeps yelling faster, faster, faster. I don't know who he is, but he's really annoying, right? He's always in my section. So,
Maggie, last question for you. What do you want to accomplish through the rest of the season this year?
Probably get a lot more blocked and just be able to stuff the other team down, and because it helps put them down and brings us up. So it's good for all the team.
Okay. All right. I'm going to switch over to you now, Angel. Before we get to the question, I see
we have
an accessory here.
I know, we have to address this.
Wow. Let's talk about that. Homecoming royalty?
Yes.
So we're going to put on, the dress and all the thing on Friday night.
We definitely are.
Yeah, all right. Nice. I like it. You excited about that?
Oh, yes. I'm ready to walk out.
Well, when we talk, I always think, that's a girly girl right there. Right?
Oh, yeah.
When you go to the powerlifting meets and are dominating everybody and beating the guys, that's what I think about girly girl right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Girl power.
that is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fun.
All right, so getting to some questions. So you've been on varsity powerlifting since you're a freshman. Had great success there. You've been on varsity basketball. Last year was, sophomore year you're on varsity, but this is your first year, on the varsity volleyball team. What was it like for you making varsity and being able to represent the school on the volleyball team?
It was just a surreal moment, knowing that I made it and I finally get to show my potential.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you guys have been fighting for that position together for, the last couple of years, and I know that's got to be a relief to have been able to make that team and then come out and contribute, right?
Yes.
Angel, we get really excited calling football games for interceptions, blocked punts, and field goals. What gets you excited during a volleyball match?
Probably just trolling with Emily and Riley on the front row.
Trolling?
Yeah,
Okay.
we like to bark.
You're just in their ear?
Oh yeah, the whole game.
Wow, okay.
Do you get more excited when you get a block or when Ems gets a block?
Probably Emily.
See, I really want to ask for an example of what you're saying across that net, but I feel like maybe we shouldn't go there. But unless you want to share. Well,
I'm okay.
Okay. Well, man, that's a great answer.
Now I will say this. We were doing a basketball game. We were on the court, and we were playing Kahoma, and there had a girl that was talking a little bit, right, and playing real physical. And Coach Kilgore put you in the game, and Coach, the guy that was doing it with me, kind of said, "Oh, you're in big trouble now." So, what has been your favorite volleyball memory this year?
I'd have to say when Coach Long knows that the ball's coming to the middle, and if it's right at me, I'm going to set it. And her face kind of just, like, says it all, and it's like, oh, wow. Like, we know it's going to be iffy.
I thought you were about to, like, that you're going to nail it, but no, it's the iffy part of it. Okay. Yeah. I love the confidence. I love it. I'm going to be a little bit more nervous in the stands now.
Yeah, that took a weird turn.
It sure did.
Angel, do you have any pregame rituals, anything that gets you fired up before the game?
I do. I say the same prayer every game, that God will give us his strength and his courage.
Good deal. I like it.
All right. So you guys ready for some rapid-fire questions?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Maggie, I'm going to give you a break on this one. We're going to make Angel go first, and then you can go next. Burger or tacos?
Oh, burgers. Burger.
All right. What is the best ice cream flavor?
Strawberry.
Coffee.
2 wrong answers. That's okay. What's the best Halloween candy?
Trolley gummies.
Okay. All right.
Kit Kats.
Kit Kats. No one's going with candy corn.
Trolley. Okay, yeah. Those are the sour ones, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sour gummies. Here comes the band.
Would you rather have a race car or a monster truck?
A monster truck.
That's what I'm talking about. How about
Race
you?
car.
Race car.
Race car.
Yeah. We'll talk to your dad later about that. All right. Would you rather run a mile or take a 15-minute ice bath?
Oh, I'm running a mile.
Ice bath.
I'm running the mile too. Angel, I knew you and me were right here. Last question. To finish this sentence. I'm afraid of
spiders.
I'm afraid of pain.
Pain?
Pain.
No pain?
Wow.
Like physical and emotional.
We didn't have to qualify that. We could have just stuck with pain.
Oh, that's perfect. That's great. Love it.
That's
Love
a good
it.
one. Well, ladies, we appreciate y'all coming on and having a little bit of fun with us. Good luck Tuesday, and then of course next week, getting into district, support the Rangerettes in that volleyball team. We appreciate it.
Okay, guys, we're almost done. We got one big thing left. We're going to do our game pick'ems. We're going to have guests Trina Payton and Kelly Brooks on with us, so we'll be back in just a second. Trina, you got to flip your cord. There you go. You guys have seen us do this. Y'all are going to be pros. I'm glad you remember that. The question, was it was their sophomore year when we had Kaysen and Dylan on, and we said, okay, whose mom's going to win an arm wrestling match?
Yeah, I think that was last year. We did talk about it. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Okay, well, welcome to the show, Ms. Payton and Ms. Brooks. This is maybe the highest anticipated guests that I've been a part of since we've been doing this for 3 years, right?
We've been talking about it since last year.
Yeah, this is 12 months in the making. And I feel like both of you guys thought we were going to forget.
We were hoping. Yeah.
Okay, well, that didn't happen, so now we're here. So, first of all, we just appreciate everything you guys do. Obviously, these two ladies are very much involved in Booster Club and all the plans for the football program. So, obviously, we appreciate everything that y'all do. And just being able to get recognized here today is going to be a lot of fun.
And you guys have been up here for several years. I mean, and you cannot come up here on a game night or anything going on with the football and not see you two guys, doing something. And so, and I know the time that takes, right? And so, I know everyone's really thankful for that.
It's a labor of love.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. And
both of these ladies can walk faster than you can run.
Probably.
I mean,
well, guaranteed, that's for sure. But I also know that, for one of you, this is kind of the last hurrah. So we've got to talk some people into coming in and volunteering. So we're going to ask a question here to kind of pump this up a little bit. Why did you get involved? And what is the most most rewarding part for you guys?
Getting involved, I've been involved for probably 18 years of being here. I started in a basketball booster club before I had kids involved, and it's just. It's who I am. I would say the DNA of who I am. I watched my mom do the same thing, and run programs and be involved volunteering, and I don't know. It's just
Your mic kind of slipped a little bit.
I think it's just part of who I am.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I am a Greenwood Ranger. I have been here for a really long time, and so it's just something that I love to do. I want to make these programs the best that they can be, and I think that starts with parent involvement. And if my kids are going to be involved in it, then I think I should be involved in it. If they're going to put in the effort every single day to show up to practice, and these coaches are doing the same thing, I think I should be doing my part to help make it the best that it can be. And I think like a booster club helps attract good coaching staff. If you don't have a booster club or the community support, then you're not going to be able to attract good coaches. And so when our programs aren't performing well, that's a lot on the community.
That's a really good point.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, haven't thought about it like that.
Yep.
You know, so we're kind of throwing the term booster club around kind of willy-nilly. For other people paying attention that maybe don't know what a booster club does, what does it take to be involved?
You can be involved at a different level than what Trina and I are involved at.
For sure.
So you don't have to put in a ton of hours, but it's just feeding the boys, showing up for different events like this. This is not just Trina and I. This is a lot of people that it takes to make something like this happen, or like Meet the Rangers to raise money. So as long as you're just showing up little by little, like for football, it's a little more because we have a meeting almost every week. But a lot of the other booster clubs aren't quite as time consuming. Like basketball, I don't think has quite as many meetings. Track definitely doesn't have quite as many meetings. So it's just whatever your kid is involved in, and you finding out what that program needs and what it's going to take to make it a little bit better.
Yes, leave it better than you found it. That's kind of something that I've always taken with me, and if my kids are involved, then I want to find a way to support the coaches, support the kids, and leave it better than you found it. You know, go and do something with your time, your talent, your energy, whatever that is. Like she said, it doesn't have to be at the level that maybe we do it, but you can contribute something to leave it better than you found it, and for your kids to see that you're involved in whatever they're involved in. So.
Yeah, really great points. You know, it's not maybe being on the board or going to every single meeting. It's just maybe putting your name on that sign-up sheet to bring drinks or to bring food, or you know, to a lot of people crafty. I'm not. Todd, maybe. I don't know.
Pretty much not.
But yeah, I don't have a crafty bone in. But all these decorations. I mean, it comes down.
That's what I was gonna say.
There's
Decorating the locker room.
Lots of levels.
Not our strength.
Not our strength, but we have a lot of amazing women that show up every week and make sure that the locker room is spirited and ready for the boys, and I love that because it's not my talent. So.
Well, one of the things that you know, Trina, you mentioned being involved, and you mentioned the basketball deal, and you know, stuff like that. You don't get to see the impact that you have on families, but you know, I can guarantee you that the impact that you're having on families and kids here are something that they will take with them. And I think the number one thing for me was don't be afraid to say yes, right? Sure. Because you say yes and you have no idea the doors it could open for you to be an impact for somebody else. And not only are you potentially have the opportunity to help somebody, better something for somebody, but what the thing that comes back is amazing, right? And so, you know, I think that's what I say when you're asked to do something. Don't be afraid. Don't think I've got to do it all. Right. But don't be afraid to say yes. Say yes and see what happens. You can always say no later on. Yeah. But if you say no at the start, you never know what that yes is.
We haven't learned that yet.
Well, not y'all, but maybe other people.
Yes, I agree with that. You
all
know
right.
the impact.
All right, let's before we get into it, we wanted to have fun with this, right? A little bit. We wanted to have a lot of fun with this. So we're gonna do a little rapid fire with y'all.
Okay.
You ready? We're going to make Trina go first.
Oh, of course.
What do you think? Trina go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Favorite food?
Anything Mexican food.
Okay. That's a great answer. Kelly?
Steak, probably.
Okay. All right.
It has to be a good steak.
Would you rather be at the lake or the ocean?
Lake.
All right. Favorite ice cream?
I'm going to go with vanilla bean, but I'm not a huge ice cream person. I do
that's
like coffee.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Queso and ice cream?
Yes.
Kelly, how about you?
Pralines and cream and a waffle cone.
Okay. What is your dream vacation?
Anything where I have my family.
Okay. All right.
I really, as long as my family's there, I'm pretty happy.
You can be greedy every once in a while, you know.
I've
you can
been
think
a lot
about
of
yourself
places,
first.
but I do love when my family's there.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I would say one that my husband plans, but I'm not sure that's ever going to happen.
Not going to happen for me, so that was not going to be my answer.
Not anymore, anyway.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right, teenage crush. Whose poster did you have up in your room when you were growing up?
Honestly, I think I was more fixated on basketball stuff going on when I was little than I was a teen crush. I can't even.
It wasn't Jimmy way back then.
I'm gonna go with Tom Cruise, Top Gun, because that's
Okay.
my era.
Oh, that works.
That's a
probably.
good answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't say Goose.
No, I didn't. I mean,
Little awkward.
a little awkward, but I did.
How about you, Kelly?
Anybody that was on 90210 probably.
Okay.
Like Brian Austin Green, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You went with the young one on that show.
She's showing her age difference with me
a little,
right there.
a little bit. Would you rather run a mile or take a 15-minute ice bath?
Run a mile.
Run a mile. Well, I mean, I don't know about right now, but at some point it was run a mile.
All right. Finish this in for me. I'm afraid of.
Probably something happening to one of my children. That's like a bit, that's just like a mom fear.
Okay.
But snakes probably, but
Snakes?
it's just something.
Okay.
All right. I'm not a big worrier, but now Trina kind of has me like worrying, like it's something going to happen to my
Well, not
kids.
worried, afraid of.
She planted that seed right
Yeah,
there.
I was
huh?
like, dang, I hadn't even been thinking about that. Definitely snakes. I don't like, and I don't like, I said the lake, but I don't like being able to not see like what's under me. So kind
like
of
stepping on something slimy
Oh,
is
yeah. No.
definitely not on
that,
your.
no,
done?
I don't like being able to not see stuff. So
That's why I don't like the ocean, because there's
Okay, you
lots
don't
of
know what's
stuff.
out there.
Yeah, no.
All right. That's great. Well, that's good stuff. I like that's pretty funny. That's good.
Well, the whole reason that we are here is to look at some picks around the area for this coming week, right? This is
Todd's getting out his notes, or
we-
what?
No, just the
Oh, yeah.
games.
Oh,
It's just-
okay.
it's just- I just
Okay.
Yeah,
want to
you-
make
if,
sure
if
that
y'all need to borrow some notes, we have
We
them.
might.
Um,
These teams you
you-
gave us, we might need some notes.
you guys.
I know. I
was
was
like,
was
what?
concerned with some of the teams too.
Yeah.
And there's some jokes along the way that that
sure.
hopefully I get to.
You guys know that I
That's what we
finished
just
this late yesterday because y'all got the text
Yes.
on the questions, and so I didn't have time to really
Research.
put them into the script, so I've got to read off my phone a little bit. I got a little bit
Okay.
lazy.
Okay, that's all right.
6 o'clock rolled around.
gonna
and
go with
it
it.
was nap time, so.
So the first game that we were given to choose, this is what I were doing, right? Lamesa versus Lubbock Roosevelt. Anybody want to take first shot there?
I'll go first.
All right.
Growing up in Slayton, I know I'm familiar with both those schools. We played them both in district growing up. Lamesa was a little bit bigger. Roosevelt was a little bit up and coming. I think that kind of dynamic has shifted a little bit. And I'm going to go with Josh, I would ask you what the mascot is for Roosevelt, but
We
sure
all
you-
know I
Is
have
it the
no
I'm sure
idea.
you don't remember it. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the
Really?
Lubbock Roosevelt
Is
Eagles.
it the Eagles?
Oh, you're
It is
from
the Eagles.
Levelland.
I'm from Levelland.
Yeah, so
I have
I'm
a Levelland joke coming.
Okay,
So
I bet
go
you
ahead.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going with the Tours.
All right.
Oh.
All right. There you go.
I don't like either one of them, but I'm going to go ahead and take Lamesa in this one.
I'm going with Roosevelt on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I wrote these notes down because it's Lamesa and Lubbock Roosevelt.
He doesn't like either one of them either.
Yeah, I know. Like I don't know where we pulled this out of the hat, but Lamesa got their first win last week over Tulia. Raise your hand if you know where Tulia is.
Outside of Amarillo.
Like there's like 4 people. So yeah, I'm gonna have
by
to.
Plainview. So,
We had a police
I don't think
escort
Lo-
out of their gym.
Yeah.
When
Oh wow.
Yes.
I'm not surprised by that.
Great
Yeah,
story
we're-
for another time.
We're going to go with Lubbock Roosevelt on that one as well. Before we get any further, I forgot to mention the first pick'em we did 3 weeks ago now. Nate Bridges won with 100% pick.
Really?
No pressure, ladies.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So
Coach
Maybe I
Bridges.
should have had him back today.
Something about the
Yeah.
airway up there. He's a
Yeah.
little bit taller than Josh, I think.
yeah.
all right. How about Cahoma versus Littlefield?
Cahoma. I'm going with Cahoma.
Cahoma.
I'm too.
Okay.
They're both undefeated, so I think it's going to be a good game.
Very good fact. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a tough one for them, but I think it's going to be Cahoma.
Okay.
Yeah. I have Cahoma picked as well. Yeah.
Oh, well,
both
you know what?
teams 5-0, and Cahoma seems to.
Are you
to
the
have,
naysayer?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Littlefield.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the little Wildcats here tonight.
Yeah, we should write this down.
I think they're going to break out the spirit of Waylon Jennings. They're going to have a little bit of country outlaw going on up there, and they're playing at home, so I'm going to go with the Wildcats.
All right, we're getting a little closer to home now with Stanton versus San Antonio Cornerstone Christian.
I don't really
Anybody
know
want to take a shot at that one?
San Antonio Cornerstone
let me
Christian?
tell you, Stanton's 1-4 so far. San Antonio Cornerstone Christian is 3-2. So I think
I think
Stanton's
that's probably a toss-up because that's
quite a
taps that
deficit.
they're playing, I think.
Right, it
so
is.
come on. We're
Yeah.
going to go.
So
I'm going to go with them.
I mean, you might as well be playing maybe a six-man team. However, I think I've got San Antonio in this one.
I think I do too.
I feel like I should pull for Stanton, being
Just
right
'cause they're
here.
close?
Yeah. I
That
mean, I'm
used to
gonna
be
go
a
with it.
rival of Greenwood. I know that was before your time here.
It
but
was,
we don't really
I'm
like
not a
Stanton around here.
Greenwood. Oh gosh.
She's
I'm
an
gonna
implant.
I'm gonna go against the grain because in a minute I'm gonna pick Leveland, so I'm gonna go with Stanton.
I am going to go with San Antonio Cornerstone also.
Okay.
I'm rooting for Stanton then.
Next game, Andrews.
Yeah, this has no bearing on who we're rooting for. This is all about bragging
Right.
rights.
Okay.
This is
we're just-
competition.
I'm not very good at that. I like
I don't think I've won one of these yet.
I really like y'all, but I really hope I stomp
That
y'all
you
on this
beat
field.
us?
Yes,
That's right.
Yes. This
We-
is the way it rolls.
Stanton wins. I'm gonna be the only one that can get 100%.
Yeah, which are the Buffaloes.
Buffaloes, yeah.
Pretty sure. See, I knew that one.
Yes, Stanton Buffaloes.
Next one, Andrew versus Lubbock Estacado. Andrews comes into this one 2-2 record. Lubbock Estacado a 3-2 record, I believe.
Lubbock Estacado, the Matadors.
Andrew's been struggling a little bit. I don't know if anybody noticed
bit.
that, but
Yes, I'm going with Estacado the entire way on this one. They're way faster than Andrews, and they're just going to outright beat them.
Yeah, Josh, I mean, Andrews has DeBose. They've got a kid that can run the ball. I don't know that they use him as well as they should. But I don't know. And Estacado struggles, especially later on in games. They get a little bit tired. You see some cramping stuff that pops up with them.
They're coming off a big win, though.
Yeah, they are coming up with a big
only
win.
if you play on defense.
With that being said, I just think that their defensive front seven is going to be too much for that Andrews line that we saw up here a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to go with the Matadors.
Okay, yeah. Estacado, all four of us. Clean sweep. How about Canadian versus Shallowater? Canadian is coming into this one 5-0. Shallowater had a rough game a week and a half ago.
And we just got beat by Adaloo as well.
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
Which is a good team, but
What are we thinking?
It's a trend. When Greenwood comes in and breaks your will, it's hard to come back and find that will the next week.
Takes a little time.
I think that will we took from them is going to be a little bit more than just a week's recovery, and I think Canadian's going to take this game big.
I think
Really?
so too.
I think so. I think we gave the blueprint for how to beat them, and I think their quarterback's good, but I'm not sure that they have much else. So I'm going Canadian.
So I guess I'll go against the grain on this one. I picked Shallowater.
A little Shally, huh?
They were rated pretty high in the state until we showed up.
Which officiating crew do they have?
Where are they playing?
It's at home.
Oh,
It is at home.
See, okay, maybe we should.
No. Y'all made your pick. I'm the only one. Jot that down, Nate.
I'm glad we weren't the only ones.
Yes.
Okay, next game, Fort Stockton versus Big Spring. Fort Stockton and Big Spring, both 3-2 teams so far.
I'm going to go with
any
Big
feelings
Spring
there?
on this one.
Okay.
I am too. Again, it's kind of like the first game that we picked. I don't really like either one of these teams, and I think it might be a close game, but it's not going to be a good game. But I'm going to go with Big Spring.
I am going to go with Big Spring also. Let's go Steers.
Yeah, I've got a buddy of mine whose name starts with a B and ends with a Stevens. He's the only person I know from
That likes
Big
Fort
Spring.
Stockton? Oh.
No, he's from Fort Stockton.
From Fort Stockton.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, that's not going to be good enough. I think Big Spring takes
Yeah.
this one pretty easily. So, all right, Trina, here we go. Levelland versus Snyder. Levelland's 3-2. Snyder's 0-5.
I'm going with Leveland.
Okay,
They're
no
making
heckling.
a little comeback. They've had a rough couple of years, but they've won a couple of games, and I'm going. I think they're going to win it.
Despite them being red, and everyone knows that I don't really like red.
I almost wore a
I
Leveland
figured
shirt.
you would, Leveland, at
But I
the
couldn't.
Greenwood homecoming pep rally. So
Couldn't do
I
it.
am going to go Leveland. I mean, we got the ex-mayor over here, and then Trina might hurt me if I don't pick them. So I'm going Leveland.
You know, there's nothing wrong with a little red, little accent
Right.
red on stuff.
Plainview guy.
It really pops it. It makes it.
Accent, you wore an entirely red shirt last week.
If you know,
but it's still a Greenwood shirt.
I'm the only one in the wood with the red.
I like the red.
You're not the only
yeah,
one, unfortunately, but
Yeah, I
It
I
ain't
like
me.
the red shirt.
The red
You
accent
stick out just a little bit.
pops, man. All right,
Yeah, it
So
does
I
look
hear.
good.
we digress.
We did.
Yes, Snyder 0-5. I think they're going to struggle. I think Leveland takes this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, I could go into a little bit of discussion here on Leveland and the season that they're kind of having, but it's Leveland. I mean, Snyder just struggling a little bit this year, struggling a lot this year, and I think it's Leveland's year. James Fortner, I think they're inducting him into the Leveland Hall of Honor. You know, Friday night, not really, but you know.
But yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my Leveland
All right.
friends on that one.
Okay, getting a little closer. Seminole versus Hereford. Seminole comes into this one 3-2. Hereford's 1-3. Anybody want to take a stab at this one first?
It's painful to
it
say
is very painful.
Seminole, but I think I gotta go with Seminole on the pick, even though
I wish I could abstain. Like, I do not want to
Plead
pick
the fifth.
Seminole. I mean, I would love for them to get beat, but
Well, you know, this is.
I think they got it.
We've got the tribe versus the herd, and it's going to be the tribe. As much as I hate to say it,
Yeah.
Hereford just doesn't have the horses to pull this one off.
Yeah, we're all on the same page there. As much as it pains me to choose Seminole, they did have a big loss a couple weeks ago, but surely they're going to be back over Hereford there. Monahans versus Pecos. Monahans 0-5. Gotta love that. Pecos 2-3. That's right. Nobody's wearing green. There's a reason for that.
We're not putting anything green on right now.
no one's pretending to like the green.
So I think that would be worse if we chose Monahans. I think I feel more comfortable, picking Seminole over Hereford.
That's true.
But if you had to, I mean,
No, I dislike Seminole way more than I dislike Monahans.
Agree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I feel a little bit different.
Y'all never coached
Old
softball.
school Greenwood football was definitely Monahans, but I feel like we've shifted, and Seminole is the old Monahans for football.
See, my note says if Monahans was picked to win state this year, I would still pick Pecos.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
but in the world of reality and not just blind, not liking a school, Pecos impressed me last week with the defensive front seven that they put together to stop our running attack.
Unfortunately, that's what we were told too. That Pecos wasn't that bad by some of our players.
So I thought they did a good job defensively, and I think that front seven in defense is going to be way too much for Monahans. And so on a purely pick'em level, I'm going to go with the gold and purple Pecos. Go Eagles!
You can't even say that with a straight face.
I think at the advice of some of our players, I'm going to go with Pecos. They felt that way too. So
Same. They didn't want us
gonna
picking Monahans, and they said Monahans has some injuries. So I don't know.
Okay, maybe that's why they're
They
0-5.
know there's a grapevine. You guys are playing
They
the
know this.
grapevine, so y'all didn't have to do research.
They watch film that we don't watch.
and that's another thing. I mean,
It's like Cliff Notes
Yeah.
for adults.
I get to see the way the guys interact with y'all. At Roosters and different places like that, and you can see the impact you've had on them. And obviously, they're feeding y'all information, so it all, that's one of those perks things that we talked about.
We feed them food. They feed us information.
It works out.
Not always, but
No,
yes.
not
One of
always.
them's worth a little bit more than the other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, time for the last one. We've got Lubbock Liberty coming to visit the Greenwood Rangers. This for homecoming. Both teams come in 5-0. This is likely going to be the biggest matchup that we're going to see until playoffs, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's Seminole.
yep. What are we thinking? Who wants to start this off?
I'll take our Greenwood Rangers any day,
Okay.
all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in who they are and what they mean to each other and how they play for each other, and I think they're going to go out and fight. So.
Kelly, how about you?
I agree with that. I think, everybody likes to say it about their kids, but we have seen, especially this group of seniors, come through junior high, and we know who we've lost to in those few games that we have lost. And I just think that they have a lot of grit and a lot of fight. And honestly, I think that we're more talented than Liberty. So I think we're going to go out there. We're going to do what needs to be done. I think it's going to be a pretty close game, but maybe not as close as Liberty's hoping that it's going to be. And so we're going to go out and show them that we're the better team.
Josh, how about you?
I I look at this in a kind of a data-driven sense, right? We have, talking with some other gentlemen, it seems like Dylan Payton has a really good game, 3 or 4 touchdowns, lots of yards, and then maybe, somebody covers him or he gets double covered.
Right.
And then here comes Nathaniel Ramiro. And then, just like we saw in Pecos.
McNutt. Yes.
Right.
sure.
Just like we saw in Pecos. Pecos tried to shut down the run. So it's like, okay, well, who do we throw it to? Well, it seems like we threw it to everybody, right? Lincoln Madrid, 85% completion rate last week, threw for 369 yards. He didn't play the whole game because apparently he had the flu that nobody knew about, right? He told us that. I don't know where he went. I thought he was right here. And then, of course, Nathaniel Ramiro, he ran for 3 touchdowns 2 weeks ago. So he didn't have those touchdowns last week. But then, kind of going into Pecos, Madrid threw 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers. And I think when you look at all the weapons we have through the air, on the ground, our defense is just shutting people down. I don't know how you would go against the Rangers.
Yeah. So, Josh, you got the analyzed side of it. You got the numbers over there, and I want to look at it. I'm purely emotional driven on this game and this pick. I get asked a lot, how good is that Greenwood team really?
Sure.
They're not that good. They, who have they played? Gets to the questions I ask, and I start thinking about it, and you watch this team and you think, God, there's still stuff underneath. We talked to Coach Hill. These guys haven't gotten to the top of where they are. They still haven't punched that potential yet. Each week they get a little bit closer. You see a little bit more. You see Lincoln Madrid. The pocket presence. And just throwing dimes Friday night.
I think their maturity just week after week.
Yeah, and so, I started thinking about that. Is this Greenwood team really that good? And I get asked every week, is that team really that good? Are you guys really number 9? Are you guys really 5-0? Or you just haven't played anybody? And I started thinking about, this school, this community's had some great teams. The 02 team, the 19 team, I think the 16 team. There's teams that have made big runs in the playoffs, and they were expected. That 19 team, we walked on the field the first time and knew there wasn't anybody going to touch us until we got to state. That was the expectation. That was the feeling. No one had any type of, what's this game going to be like? No one asking, is this team really that good? And I started thinking about the 02 team, and I watched them beat up on my brother-in-law and just pound them in Denver City. And Denver City had a good team, and it was just, you saw those guys making plays, playing hard, and getting after it. And I started looking at this team, and I started thinking to myself, is this team really that good? Is this the team that has it? Is this the team that's going to get to those teams? Are they going to be talked in the same breath as those teams? And when I think about it and look about it, absolutely. This team has got what it takes. This team is together. The chemistry is off the charts. The accountability is there. The talent is there. I don't know that we've ever had a team with the skill players that we have. That we talked about, that 19 team, they couldn't trot out 4 guys that could do what our 4 guys did against Pecos. Now, they had some really great players, but across the board, this team has got something. It's a special team, and I think the only thing that gets in the way of this team is this team. And I don't think that happens on Friday night. And I actually think that this game might look like a game for a little bit, but I think at the end, our boys are going to show what Greenwood football is all about. And that scoreboard is going to be something special on Friday night. So my pick is that the Rangers are going to win on Friday. They're going to put on a show. And if you're not here watching it, you're going to miss something. So make sure you're here on Friday night and everyone is standing up and down the rails, because there's no place to sit in the stands. You guys get out here and you show them what Greenwood football is all about.
For sure.
Okay, well, we're almost to the end, but Todd, I think you've got one last question for the ladies, if you want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, one thing before we get off is, you guys put so much time and energy into the guys, the students, the booster club, all that kind of stuff, getting everything ready, for the football team. And I just want to know, how blessed do you guys feel to have 2 great husbands that take care of, everything on the backside for you guys?
Yeah. We knew that was coming.
Justin was walking away. He stopped
like,
dead in his tracks.
That's coming. Yeah.
I don't know where Jimmy was.
He asked today,
Jimmy was right here.
what are you going to do if something happens to me? Who are you going to boss around and do all this
That's
stuff?
right.
I said,
I
Jimmy.
can't imagine.
Jimmy. Yeah.
Here he is. I wish I was half the man you guys were.
Yeah.
For sure.
In all seriousness, they have to get some credit. We do a lot of behind-the-scenes bossing around, and they take it very well.
We volunteer them.
Lots of
for a lot
voluntold.
jobs.
Lots of
Yeah,
voluntold,
I can
and
understand that.
they show up.
Well,
So
you guys knew
they-
it was coming at some
for
point
sure,
in time.
Yeah.
and they deserve it.
Yeah.
We don't give it to them enough, but
No.
they deserve some
We'll let
credit.
somebody else give them the credit.
For sure.
Well, we've come to the end of our homecoming special show. Typically, Monday nights we'll be at Rooster's backyard for the Ranger Rundown. Of course, we're not going to be there tomorrow. We'll wait till after homecoming game, after we put a whooping on Lubbock Liberty. But make sure you subscribe to GSN to catch all of the new content and live game streams.
You guys get up here on Friday night. Don't listen to Josh and I on the radio. Get up here and watch the game. We'll see you next time on GSN.
All right, thanks.